everybody, and welcome to Cap at Home. My name is Miss Allie, and today we are going to be making everyone's favorite Lego-style portraits. And I have a couple examples up here. And if you are a fan of the Lego movie, like I am, then you are going to love this project. So, I'm going to show you guys how to draw the basic Lego shape, and then how to decorate it so it looks like you. And so what we're going to need today is a pencil, piece of paper, an eraser, and probably a pencil sharpener, and then something to color in your project. So I have colored pencils with me. Markers, crayons will also work. And I also have a black marker because I think it helps to outline our shapes. So let's get started. The first thing that we want to do is take our pencil, make sure it's sharp, and we're going to start drawing our Lego person. So the first thing we want to do is draw our head. So starting towards the top, a Lego shape head is actually more kind of like a rounded square. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to draw kind of hard so you can see my line. But I would draw lightly with pencil. Actually, I'm going to start with marker so you can make sure that you see the shape. So, but I would do some pencil and draw lightly first. Alright, so there's your first shape. So the next thing we want to do is add the neck. And the neck sort of just looks like two thin lines going underneath trying to make a rectangle. So that's all we're going to do is just add these two little lines. And then we're going to add the body. And the body is sort of like a trapezoid, like a rounded trapezoid. So I like to start with my line. And I always make it go a little bit where the shoulders are, or like the rounded top of the trapezoid. I like to make that a little bit past the corner of your head. And then I make this a pretty big shape because this is the biggest shape on our Lego person. And again, I'm rounding the corners because the Lego edges are kind of more rounded. Alright, and my lines aren't perfect, and that's okay. And so I have this part, so the next thing I want to do is draw my arms up here. And the arms are sort of like a bent cylinder. And I like to start by doing a small little curved shape towards the top of the trapezoid for the top of the shoulder. And then I go down here towards the bottom of your body and make this sort of larger curved shape. So this way I know where the top and the bottom of my arms are. And I'm just going to simply connect these lines, adding a little bit of a bend. See? All right. And then if you want to add sort of this line to show that your arm kind of bends, you can do that, or you don't have to. So the next part is I'm going to go down here and start with my legs. So the Lego legs are kind of have a funky shape, but it's basically a large rectangle. Alright, it's basically a large rectangle, and then we can divide it up from there. So at the top, they kind of have this line to divide the top and the bottom. And then they sort of make this shape, and that's to show like the beginning and end of two legs. And then they divide their legs up with these little lines, and you divide your rectangle in half. And these bottom two horizontal lines are actually the Lego feet. So it looks kind of just like large legs, but if you look at a Lego, these are actually the feet shape. So this is your basic Lego shape. And one more thing I forgot is that we need to add the hands. So the simple way to do that, I sort of create the circle shape. And the nice thing about having that rounded shape there already at the bottom of our arms is that it already kind of creates where that is going to go. And that's where you can see where your Lego hands are going to be. And the Lego hands sort of just look like a giant horseshoe. sort of like that. And I add that little shape in there to make sure that you can tell that the hands kind of come out there. So that is your basic Lego shape. And one more thing I also forgot is the Lego head. On top of the Lego head, they sort of have that small shape. If you've ever played with Legos, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. So this is our basic Lego shape. Now there's a couple of things that we have to add now, and that would be your facial features and like your hair and things. So since this is supposed to be like a portrait of you, you can make it look how you look, or you could do it after somebody you know. I also, if you have ever looked up some Lego faces, they have lots of different faces that Legos usually use, or faces that they have. So you can use these as a reference, as well as just drawing your own, which both are totally fine. And that goes for his hair as well. And they have some examples of typical Lego hair. But again, you can draw any sort of hair that you want. So I'm actually gonna, this top one up here is me. And I have kind of straight hair. I always have big earrings. And I usually have my red glasses on. I don't have them on today. But that one's me. So this one I'm actually gonna make my sister. And she has big curly hair. So I'm gonna add that in. And again, you can see in my other examples, I have some sort of spiky hair. I also have just some other short hair. You can make it, again, any style that you want. You could add a hat if you like. But again, I'm just going to go ahead and draw in some big curly hair to show you what that would look like. So I start towards the top, and I'm just going to add in some big curl waves going on. And she really does have hair like this. Big and curly. Not like my hair. It's kind of funny. Could add some swirls in here. And I actually go over the top, even though I'm going to cover this top part. That's okay. And again, I would do this all in pencil first and then go over it in marker. But for the purpose of showing you and make sure you can see it, I'm doing marker. So I have some of my hair. And I'm going to start drawing the face now. So again, you can use the facial features that I had showed you before. You can look up Lego faces. You can also just draw any sort of face that you want. If you're drawing yourself, you can make a face that if you usually have like a big smile on, you could draw that too. So I'm going to go ahead and draw her winking. I think that might be kind of fun. I have some smiles with lips and teeth, and so I think we'll do winking. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that in. And again, this could be any sort of face that you want. Now I'm just drawing this in kind of quickly. Again, I would draw this out in pencil first. And the mouth. And the funny thing about Lego faces is that they don't actually have noses. But since it is your own style of portrait, you can draw in a nose if you like. So this is my sort of winky face, and funky eyebrows, smiley face. So this is the basic part of my Lego. So now, the next couple things we have to do is really personalize it. So that means we gotta add an outfit, we gotta add a background, so other things that we might want to add. So in my examples here, I have a couple of different styles of outfits. So you can see here I have like a t-shirt and I have a design on my shirt. And I have some funky patterned pants because if anyone that knows me knows that I have some crazy funky outfits usually. I also have, on this one, I have sort of like a jersey type outfit. And on this one, this is my little surfer guy. And he is ready for summer. He's in a tank top and a swimsuit. So really, you can do anything that you want with this. I might go ahead and draw her in a tank top because it is real hot out there today. And I'm just going to do that by kind of creating this line. That sort of creates the illusion of a tank top here. And you'll be able to see it more when I color it in. And that's why we do everything in pencil first, so if you mess up, it's no big deal. And the next thing I would maybe want to add is, let's see, we need some pants. So do we want pants, shorts? I think, again, we're going to go with shorts because, again, it is pretty warm out here. And so since these are the bottom, these are our feet, the shorts would actually go to about here. And I always like to make my shorts kind of come out a little bit. And I'm going to kind of color these in so you can kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about. And you can make them any color, pattern, shape that you'd like them to. So let's say I'm going to make her have some orange shorts because I think that would be fun. And the reason that I do this, I did this in marker so you can see it, but when you have your designs completely in there, then you can take your handy eraser, erase your pencil marks, and then you can color it in. And that's why I like to outline it in a black marker because it kind of gives it more of that cartoon feeling. But it's also easier to take like crayons or colored pencils and color it in. So let's say she's got some orange shorts. So this shape that I drew for her pants, I'm going to go ahead and color this in really quickly. And again, you could add some designs to this, some shapes. You can make it multiple colors. But for the sake of time, I'm just going to kind of color this in so you get a sense of what I'm talking about. And I'm using colored pencils because I think colored pencils works really good when you're outlining things with marker, but you can use any sort of thing that you have available to you. So let's say we have some shorts, and we make her tank top a different color. So maybe we make it blue and green. And I have all my colored pencils out here so I can choose between some colors. So let's say her tank top has, the edges of her tank top are blue around her collar and edges of her sleeves. And again, I'm doing this kind of quickly, but and let's say I wanted to make her have a striped top. So I might go ahead and do some, let's do some stripes. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not measuring lines or anything. And so I could go ahead and color those in. So just give you an idea of what I'm talking about. And you could start coloring in. And I could alternate going down all the way. But for the sake of time, I'll finish that up later and post a picture of it for you to see. But I want to kind of give you an idea of some other things. So we also want to color in our skin. Now I'm very pale, and so I always use a really light peach color. But depending on what your skin color is, there's lots of different combinations. If you're kind of tan, you could always use sort of like a peach and a really light brown. There's also combinations of brown and some like yellow, or yellow and pink if you don't have a peach color. There's also different variations of browns that you can use. And you can layer colors too to get your exact skin tone, or you could go totally the Lego style and just make your Lego person yellow, just like a normal Lego person. Totally up to you. But like I said, I'm going to add some peach in. And so our neck is here, so I'm adding some peach color in. And I would want to make sure that the head is all colored in. And if you wanted to add your eye color, you definitely could if you didn't want to color it in black. I think I do that because I think the Lego style really looks like that. So I kind of have my peach there. I'll color it in more later, but I want to make sure that I color in my arms as well as the rest of the legs down here. So when I get that all done, I might want to add some lip color in. Make her have some pink lips. And I would want to also make sure that I'm coloring my hair. Now she has some kind of funky reddish brown hair, so I could start adding in. And I might add a couple different colors of brown because I think most people kind of have a few colors in their hair. So I could start adding this in. And that's going to go all the way down here. So I could fill this color in. So, again, I'm just doing that quickly just to give you an idea. I'm going to finish that up later and post it in the comments of this video so you can check out the finished product. But for the sake of time, I'm just going to go on to our last step, which is to decorate a background. So now you have a couple different options. So my top one example here, I did lots of design, shapes, kind of funky things going on to fill up the space. This one here, I have sort of a theme. So he's wearing a jersey, so I kind of did basketballs as my theme of things around. And this bottom one, I did sort of like a landscape. So he's on the beach, he's got a surfboard. So you could do anything. You could be standing outside, you could be in your front yard, your backyard, inside your house, you could be on the beach somewhere. You could also fill the background with things that you like, or hobbies or sports. If you love drawing or making art, you could fill it with paint palettes and brushes and crayons and things like that. You could also just do some basic shapes or designs. That could be fun too. Or another option would be to just cut out your Lego person and use it like a little puppet. So anything that you feel like doing is up to you. And you want to make sure you add some feet on here, especially if you're going to keep decorating the background, which is one thing that I forgot. So I might, to go with our summer theme, I might add some sandals in here. And so I think sandals are kind of a funky shape. These are just my flip-flop sandals. You can add any sort of shoes that you'd like, or barefoot. You could be barefoot. Up to you. These are kind of my purple sandals. So again, I'll color this in more later and post a picture. But that is your basic style of making a Lego. So your steps are to take your pencil, draw out your Lego person with the basic shapes. Then you want to outline that with black marker, erase your pencil marks, and then decorate it. So add some faces, add some hair, some shoes, some clothes, things that make it you. So you could even draw exactly what you're wearing right now. And if you're like me and you wear a lot of accessories, you could put in some earrings or necklaces, draw your glasses in, totally up to you. And you want to decorate the background. Again, with things that are like you, things that just shapes, or a background that's like a landscape. So again, that's totally up to you. Like I said, I'm going to finish this up and then I will post this picture in the comments of this video, and I hope you do too, so I can see the type of Lego portraits you made as well. So thank you for joining me today on Cap at Home. Again, my name is Miss Allie, and be sure to stay tuned for our next videos today at 1 and 2 p.m. Thanks, guys.